Hey friends, Dr. Brooke here, and I have my son Marc with me today. He's going to be assisting me in a emotional clearing process. So I have been doing emotional clearing for several years, and I truly enjoy this process. It's absolutely incredible how much this can help your body, whether it's your mental state or your physical body. So today I'm going to actually be doing this on myself. And then we may follow up and do it on Marc. We'll see how the session goes. So first of all, I'm going to be using a pendulum. So this is a pendulum. You can use any kind of pendulum, or you can actually muscle test with your arm. Hold your arm straight out. So you may have seen a lot of people do muscle testing at the wrist, where they have someone extend their arm and then you apply the pressure. And that is another favorite way of mine to muscle test. However, I do prefer the pendulum. I just think it's amazing. So today I will be using that. I also do follow the guidelines by Dr. Bradley Nelson with the emotion code. So I will be using the emotion code chart. I have a little printout here. I can put this in the comments, so you can check it out if you are unfamiliar with this emotion code. But it basically has 2 columns and it has 6 rows. And this is based on Chinese medicine. So in Chinese Taoist medicine, we are taught that all of your organs are associated with emotions. And so often our emotions get stuck or trapped. And when we clear these emotions, we help these organs have balance and coherence and homeostasis. So in this chart, you can see at the far left, there's all the rows that have all the organs. And then he's got 2 columns here, which he puts all these different emotions that are associated with these organs. So something I would like to say, just to do a little education before I start, it is really, really believed that up to 90% of disease is caused by emotional imbalances. You did not wake up today with the disease that you have. This was something that was slowly developing for years, that most likely started because you had a trapped emotion that you just held on to for way too long. So I think that is why this process is one of my absolute favorites, because number one, I use it for myself. I use it for my whole family, my children, my husband, and I have seen remarkable results. But for myself, I've seen it. I know it works. It balances you. It completely changes your mood. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how the pendulum works, and then we're going to use a magnet. So before I do the process, I'm going to explain it. Okay, so I talked to you a little bit about the pendulum. The pendulum is going to be used for muscle testing. So basically what it's doing is it's tapping into the subconscious. So I have the ability to use this pendulum, and it's going to pick up on my subconscious beliefs, basically. Then I could also use this on Marc, or I can do this remotely. If a client wanted to have emotional clearing and they were not with me, we could do a remote session, and I would be able to tap in to their subconscious and test them, okay? So what it's going to do is it's going to pull up these emotions. It's going to tell me what emotions that I need to release. Then we are going to be using a magnet. This is the magnet that I'm going to be using today. It is from Magnetic Therapy, I believe. It's pretty heavy duty. So all magnets have different gauges. And here's the coolest thing about this process. Okay, so this process works with intention and magnets. So you don't need a magnet. if you have a magnet, it will amplify the process. It will amplify the results because you are electromagnetic. Your body is energy. This is all about frequency and energy. And when you use this magnet, what we're going to be doing is we're going to run this down the main meridian in your body, which is basically connected to all parts, all organs. And that starts here at the upper lip, runs across the head, and goes down the spine. So what you're going to see, I'm going to have Mark assist me. He's going to start at my neck, and he's going to run this straight down my back and release it at the bottom. And this will assist in releasing this trapped emotion. Is it necessary? No, because our intentions are also there. So once I pull up the trapped emotion, I personally set this intention to release it. And if I believe, because the power of your mind is absolutely the most powerful thing, if I believe and I set my intention, then I absolutely release the emotion. So this honestly just amplifies the process, okay? So we're going to go ahead and start. And so I've got my chart over here. So what I'm going to do, actually, Mark, you just hold that right there so I can see it. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to start. So when the pendulum starts moving forward and back, this is a yes answer. Then when the pendulum moves left to right, it is a no answer. It's going to show you. It's like, yes, I will show you what I do. So the yes answer is forward and back. And the no answer is going to be left to right. And you will see it also does a big circle when it changes. And pendulum is ready to go today. Okay, so I'm going to ask the question, do I have some emotions that can be released today? And we're going to get a very strong yes. Okay, so now I'm going to ask, is the emotion in column A? And it is still saying yes. I don't usually check the answers, but I will just for the sake of this video. So is the emotion in column B? So it's going to change directions. It's going to say no. Now I'm going to ask it again. Is the emotion in column A? Okay, so we know my emotion that needs to be released is in column A. Okay, is the emotion in row 1? Looks like it is in row 1. Actually, I should have asked it, is it in an even row or an odd row? But I believe, is the emotion in an odd row? Yes, it is. Is the emotion in row 1? Yes, it is. Okay, is the emotion abandonment? And it's going to tell us no on this one. Okay. Is the emotion betrayal? Is the emotion forlorn? Is the emotion lost? Is the emotion love unreceived? Okay, so today the emotion that I should release is love unreceived. Okay, so this is attached to my heart and my small intestine. So can we release this emotion today? Yes. Okay, so now we're going to let Mark get the magnet. I'm going to turn so you guys can see what he does. All right, Mark, get your magnet ready. So you're going to start at my neck and go, he's going to run it down my back 5 times. From my neck to my back. You got it? Move your other hand, please. Take your hand. Yep. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Great job. Now we're going, let me see the magnet. Thank you. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and check that. So we got pendulum back. Were we able to release this emotion? And it's going to say yes. Okay, now let's ask if I have another emotion that I need to clear. Most of the time there's a couple. Okay, is the emotion in column A? Looks like I'm in column A again. Is the emotion in an even row? Says yes. Okay, is the emotion in row 2? We're still on a yes. All right, so we're in column A, row 2. And this is your spleen and your stomach. Is the emotion anxiety? Yes. We're going to keep going just to check. Is the emotion despair? Okay, it's going to tell me no. Is the emotion anxiety? This is one of my favorite emotions to trap. It's great. All right. Can we release this emotion? Yes. All right, Mark. So let's release anxiety. You got it? 5 times.
Okay.
Ready?
I have not talked in this video.
That's fine.
At all.
You're doing great. 5 times.
Okay.
Start in the top. 1. At the very top. 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome. All right. And now I think I'm probably good. Okay. Were we able to clear that emotion? And it's saying yes. Okay. Are there any more emotions I should clear right now? And it's going to say no. Okay. Mark, can we do one for you?
I guess.
Okay. Let's see. Can we clear an emotion today for Mark? Okay, it's saying yes. Okay, is the emotion in column A? Okay, is the emotion in an odd row? Yes.
What?
Is the emotion in row 1?
Or
Okay.
I have the emotion of yawning.
Stop. Is the emotion abandonment? Okay, it's not that one. Is the emotion betrayal? Is the emotion forlorn? Is the emotion lost? Is the emotion love unreceived? What do you know? Same emotion.
What?
So this actually brings me to my next conversation. Okay, is the emotion for Mark love unreceived? Okay, so can we clear this emotion? All right, so Mark, go ahead and face that way. Just spin around.
I don't feel like that.
Well, we're going to talk about that. Ready? 1,
No, don't.
2, 3, 4, 5. Good job. All right. Did we clear this emotion for Mark? Yes, we did. Okay, let's talk about this. So I would like to do one more. I'm going to ask in just a second if we can do one more because I am so curious what it would say. But I have noticed a pattern recently. I have been doing sessions with a mother, basically mostly mothers and children. And the same emotion that the mother is getting, the child is getting. So what does that tell us? That tells us how much we are entangled and connected to our children especially, but to everyone that we are surrounded with. And you don't have to be a rocket science to know this. When you walk into a room and there's energy, you pick up on it. You receive it. You absorb it. Okay, and that is why it's so important who we surround ourselves with and that we try to keep our energy fields very positive. But so obviously I had the emotion of love unreceived. So he also is feeling that. Subconsciously, he is picking that up. He's telling me right now, well, I don't feel that, Mom. The other day I did a session for myself and for Mark. Same emotions, anxiety. He probably doesn't really even know what anxiety is. But I have anxiety, so he's getting it from me. Anger. Mom's angry. Guess who gets angry? Mark. So the kids directly pick up on your emotions, and this is why one of my huge messages is heal yourself, heal your child. People focus so much, especially in the special needs community, on healing the child. But if they would actually turn that around and make that focus on themselves, the child would indirectly heal because you would change. Your energy would change. Your frequency would change. And you both would heal. Okay, so now I'm going to ask this pendulum one more time. All right. Let's see. Is there another emotion that we should clear for Mark? And it is saying yes. So is the emotion in column A? Saying yes. Okay, is the emotion in an even row? Again, yes. So I guarantee you it's probably going to do the same one. Okay, so the even row, we have row 2. Is the emotion in row 2? Is the emotion anxiety? There we go. Okay, is the emotion despair? I'm just doing this to check it. Is the emotion disgust? Is the emotion nervousness? Is the emotion anxiety? I mean, it's truly amazing. I don't know if I've ever done a video that's been more powerful to show entanglement. So my child is directly connected to me, and I know this. And that's why it's so important that I clear my emotions to help clear his. All right, Mark, can we clear this emotion of anxiety?
No.
Yes, we can. All right, turn around.
Why?
Face that way. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. All right, we're going to ask one more. Were we able to clear the emotion of anxiety? Yes, we were. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching. I'm so glad that we decided to do this video today, and I hope you take away something from this. And I guess Mark needs a nap.
Yes.
But I really, really enjoyed seeing in real time the power of entanglement. If you are interested in an emotional clearing session, I would love to help you. If you have more questions, drop them in the comments or message me. Again, I would be happy to answer any questions. And I hope you have a wonderful day. We will see you later. Have a good day.